All right, gang, MATH5130, Dr. Darbro reporting p-values. Changed up the PowerPoint a little bit just because. Okay, so brief video. Just to review statistical significances when our p-value, the probability of attaining our sample, data given that the null hypothesis is true, is less than our alpha value. So when the p-value is less than our alpha value, and the alpha value for this class will always be 0.05, except in my stat lab problems where they may change that. But when we're writing things up in discussion forum post and your final project and all that, 0.05. So again, the purpose of this video is to talk a little bit more about p-values, and but most importantly, there is a trick to reporting p-values in literature. So let's just assume we have a p-value of 0.032. So we would have a statistically significant result if our alpha was 0.05 or if our alpha was 0.10. We would not have a statistically significant result if our alpha level was 0.01 or 0.001 because the p-value is higher than alpha. It is not ethical midstream in the middle of the game to change your alpha. So you've got, everybody wants statistical significance when they publish and they conduct a study. And yeah, sometimes it's good. Sometimes you don't want statistical significance or not. Let's say that I'm investigating some sort of racial or gender bias in maybe a hiring. Well, I would assume that the percentage of hires are equal. I certainly, in the context of that problem, wouldn't want to find statistical significance. I wouldn't want to find evidence of some sort of hiring bias. So anyway, it's not ethical to change the game midstream. Set your alpha at 0.05, compare your p-value, make your decision. Now, reporting p-values, and again, I try to keep things in general, but the first bullet, report p-values at their lowest level of significance using 0.001, 0.01, and 0.05. If a p-value is higher than 0.05, then you just report it. If the p-value is less than 0.05 but higher than 0.01, you report it as p less than 0.05. If the p-value is less than 0.01 but higher than 0.001, you report it at p less than 0.01. And if your p-value is less than 0.001, you report it as such. Now, if you're a little rusty on inequalities and comparing decimals, sometimes it can be a little tricky to determine which range your p-value falls in. Obviously, the first bullet should be pretty obvious, but the second, third, and fourth it can get a little bit tricky. So let's look at an example. You should report p-values to 2, 3, or 4 places. I typically report p-values to 3 places, but it just depends. But you do never report a p-value with a leading 0 in the ones place. So let's just go down through some examples. The p-value of 0.321. Well, that's greater than 0.05, right? So I just report it at 0.321. So apparently in my document, if I was publishing the 0.321, I have just kind of agreed in the beginning to report all p-values above 0.05 as 0.321. If I have a p-value of 0.032, so that p-value falls between 0.01 and 0.05, corresponding with the second bullet on the previous page. So I would report that as p less than 0.05. A p-value of 0.005 is between 0.001 and 0.01. So I would report that as p less than 0.01. And if I have a p-value of 0.0009, which is clearly less than 0.001, then I would report it as p less than 0.001. In your write-ups, I will take off points if you don't uh, uh, present correctly a p-value. And in other words, if you deviate from the system that I'm presenting to you, then you'll get a significant amount of points deducted, because this is something that I'm going to demand of you. So that's it, pretty sure. So we'll go, I think the next video will be on running a t-test for a population, for claiming about a population mean, and I'll show you how to write it up in the context, and we'll see all this being used. All right, that's all I got. Take care.